I need some extra bombs. I know a place I can look for some extra bombs. Well, hello, Blue Troopers. Max and Max's Models here, and made some progress on the Skyraider. Got the drop tank painted and fit in place. Unfortunately, the bombs are being a little more difficult. I did get the toilet that's going to be dropped off of it. That was a little tricky because the photo etch is so delicate. One piece actually broke off, but it fixed rather easily. Fortunately, Garfield had just sent me some that nice quick bonding thick CA glue, and it's important because the stuff I always use, it takes forever to dry. It gives a great seal, but I couldn't hold the things in place long enough, and the little brace things that they give you, the magnets, they kind of have to already be in place, and there's virtually no slot in there to put them. It's basically a butt joint on the fins. That being said, I did drill the first couple of holes in the pylons and trimmed everything up, and that worked out okay. It's a lot of work. I mean, this is without a question the single most labor-intensive part. And the bomb my first one didn't come out looking perfect, but it's the way it goes. It's model building. I don't use a whole lot of these aftermarket resin parts, but at least I've got the right ordnance, so I'm not going to complain. For the most part, actually, the one thing that is wrong is a couple of the bombs on the number one regular pylons are actually, I think, 250 pounders. I believe M57s, not M64s. All these bombs are M64s. So I looked at some other bombs that might be able to replace it. And I could just cut one a little short or just ignore it and just put M64s across the board. But I figured, well, since I know I'm cursed with knowledge that it should be an M57, let me see if I've got something that would work instead. First off, let me go to the great internet and compare an M57 to an M64 and see what I need to do. And if there's not enough visual difference, who cares? But I lined up all the bombs that I had, and this is where things really went south on me. I thought, where is my bomb stash? And yes, that's a real thing. I have a tire stash and a people, model figure stash and a wheel stash and a big airplane parts stash, and I try to keep it organized, but with all moving around, everything was disorganized. And that's when things got out of hand. In an attempt just to find my bomb stash so I could get some bombs that I could see because I have a lot of bombs and weapons and missiles and stuff in the box. And next thing I know, I'm tearing up the TARDIS, and as I was long overdue to reorganize all my spares, and I don't know how much time went into doing that, but it turned into a gigantor mess. I didn't realize I had so much crap. And now it's all more organized. I got rid of a bunch of boxes that were cluttering up space, but it was a nightmare. And I threw all the big boxes outside. I didn't need any more for the recycle bin and went back to work. And of course, I hear the rain fall. I'm like, oh crap, open the door and the boxes are all soaked. So I had to get rid of a bunch of nasty boxes. Ugh, yuck. But that's done. Everything's where I can find it now, and I got a little more room in here. I did get one bomb done. I still have to put the fusing mechanism on. Of course, there are pictures of the airplane before they put the fusing mechanisms in it, so I could just drill a little hole in front and go, yeah, they hadn't put the fuses in yet, because these tiny little parts are tricky to work with. But on me, I'll probably stick them on. And you got to have the fake fusing system on and tail on the toilet. I didn't see the little bomb end that goes off on the rear, but I've got so many bombs, I'm sure I can find something that'll do the job. That's not a problem, but it was in there. I didn't see it. One thing is that working the bombs, that new little sander that I bought really came in handy for shaving down the seam because I puttied up the gap and sanded it down with that thing, and it made that job a lot easier. Didn't have to wear myself out. It's maybe even a little bit faster, but so that worked out well. That was a worthwhile purchase, and so that's where we're at with that. I did notice that despite my best efforts, somehow my green stripe or green nose on the drop tank's just a little not quite perfectly aligned. I may have to give that another shot, but a lot of cool tips on how to do it. But if you move the thing just 1 degree, ta-da, you pull it off, and it's not perfect. I still think the hardest thing to do is paint a perfect circle around something. But anyway, I'm not happy with the way things are going. The bomb, the one bomb I did, I got the pins in, I got it primed, I got it painted. And it looks okay, up under the wing where you won't really be able to see my imperfections so much. I did put one more decal on the airplane. That was the bottom wing because that's where the toilet's going to go, and I wanted to get the decal in place first. Everything else, I'm going to decal it last and then dull coat it because obviously, and a lot of guys said decal it before you weather. You're absolutely right. The only real weathering I did was just a charcoal. I wanted to try it out. I'm going to be doing some more of that, but I want to get the decals on, and then of course I'll be weathering over the decals. I just wanted to see how it was going to look, that the stuff I had was going to work. I think it looks pretty good, but it needs a little more. And so that is where we are at with that. And guys, you take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you later. And as always, model on.